Well, we know one thing. Akira Tozawa does not have great balls of fire. Just kidding. Just kidding. What's going on, everyone? Apollo here from Down, Down, Up, Up. It is time once again for me to react to another WWE pay-per-view. This time it is WWE Great Balls of Fire, which was, it was good. It was mainly good. Didn't have a big problem with the pay-per-view. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be for a few reasons, but otherwise, I think it was a successful show. It did what it needed to do for most of the Raw competitors. No hate. Let's run it down together. Talkapolo talk will begin. Okay, so we're kicking off with the pre-show. Rumor had it that Enzo and Cass were going to be moved to the pre-show, but they did not. Clearing that up right away. Did not happen. Only thing we had in the pre-show was Neville versus Akira Tozawa. Excuse me. Your boy getting this right. Neville obviously did not lose the championship on the pre-show. Neville did win. It was a good match. Tozawa did hit a senton from the top rope, but Neville rolled out of the ring, so no advantage there. And then Neville caught Akira as Akira was running to him in the corner and positioned him with his crotch on the top rope. Not fun. And Neville gave a big kick to the top rope, which Tozawa obviously sold. And then Neville hit like just a little kick. Well, not a little kick. It was a hard kick to the groin area and pinned him. And that was it. No 450 or Rings of Saturn needed. So did I say 450? I meant Red Arrow. Sorry. No finishers needed. No finishers needed. It was just really weird to see Tozawa go down like that. But the feud, I don't think is going to be over, so that is another good plus about it. It was okay. My throat just, not today. Also, haircut, about time. We all need our buzz cuts for the summer because heat and bugs are not fun. Moving on, the kickoff match for the pay-per-view itself was Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. And here is basically my biggest problem with the night. Why? Why did Bray Wyatt have to win? That was pathetic. Oh, it was just one of those cheap endings where the referee doesn't see Wyatt stick his thumb in Rollins' eye, hit Sister Abigail, and that was it. I don't want this feud to go on. It's garbage. The build-up was garbage. The match was okay until that point when Wyatt won. Oh, I'm not happy about that. And I'm not a Bray Wyatt hater. I quite liked it. I loved it when he won the championship, and then he just lost it to Orton at Mania. No. But this was bad. I did not like that. So if this feud continues, I'm not looking forward to it. If it's over, I'll get over it. Pretty much that's it. Anyway, moving on, we had Big Cass versus Enzo Amore. Did exactly what it was supposed to do. Enzo cut a good promo, then Cass comes out with his new music, beats the crap out of him. I don't think the match went over 5 minutes. I hope not. But, yeah, Cass just beat the crap out of him. It was like 95% offense for Cass. Big boot ends it, Cass wins. My prediction was, obviously, Big Cass. I got it. I was hoping what they do is have a squash here and have an actual decent match at SummerSlam if they could. So they've already gotten half of what I want done. So if it goes to SummerSlam, okay, do a better match. Simple as that. Moving on, I believe we had the 30-minute Iron Man tag team match between The Bar and the Hardy Boys. Of course, I got this one right. The Bar successfully retained the titles. Oh, it was a fun match, though, and a really great start. A distraction by Cesaro led to a bro kick from Sheamus. 16 seconds into the match, I believe. It is 1-0, The Bar. And then they got a second fall when they hit a super white noise, I believe, to Matt Hardy again, or maybe it was Jeff this time. Might have been Jeff this time. And they pinned Jeff, so 2-0 The Bar. And then the Hardys finally came back, and after Poetry in Motion, Side Effect, and a Twist of Fate, no Swanton, they did get a fall, and then they were able to get a second fall later on in the match, so tying it 2-2. Oh, wait, no, I'm actually wrong, my bad. The Bar got a count-out win over Matt Hardy, and it was 3-1, but then the Hardy Boys came back and tied it up 3-3. It took a while, but they did it. But then with like 20 seconds left on the clock, it was a swanton to Sheamus. I did not see that tag, but Cesaro was legal and just rolled up Jeff Hardy to get it. And then they were trying to get him back in the ring and chase him. Jeff hit the Twist of Fate in the ring. Time runs out. 4-3, The Bar, still tag team champions. Happy about that. So, yeah, no complaints so far. I'm just trying to go through this and see what I can remember was next. I believe it was the Raw Women's Championship match that was next. Alexa Bliss defending against Sasha Banks. No complaints about this one. A lot of people quite like this match, including What Culture. I thought it was okay, but I've seen better. No offense. A good example would be I quite liked Bliss versus Bayley at Payback. That was a decent match. And Bliss versus Naomi at Elimination Chamber, that wasn't bad either. But it did what it needed to do, and my prediction was right. Bliss would keep the title. She lost, but by countout. So she is still the Raw Women's Champion. No complaints. It would have felt weird if they just dropped it to Sasha there, but this is obviously going on. No interference in that match. That's what I was expecting the most. But no, it's just a countout win for Sasha Banks, and that was it. And then we moved on to the Intercontinental Championship match. Again, no complaints. It was just a lot of interference. And finally, a skull-crushing finale beats Dean Ambrose. The Miz is still the Intercontinental Champion. No hate. Good job, Miz. End the feud. Please. Please. And then we had the ambulance match, and oh man, I was happy. Like, I didn't know until I really pushed my heart on Strowman watching the show, and he won. Braun Strowman won. Braun Strowman is 2-1 against Reigns singles matches on pay-per-view. I am really happy that he won that. It was a good ending, too. It was a decent match, too. It beat him up in the ring, and then they faked the announce table. Then Reigns just pushed Strowman through the screen. Kind of just broke off a little bit of that. And then Roman goes for a spear, misses, just throws himself in the ambulance. Strowman closed the doors and win. Good. Really happy about that ending. And then Roman was a little bad boy. He put Strowman in the ambulance, and he crashed the ambulance backstage. And the whole time I was expecting, after Roman left and Kurt Angle came and all the crew came trying to get Strowman out, I was expecting Braun to just kick down the doors and no-sell it. But no, they even needed like a bonus match to sell the fact that they were trying to get help on the way. Slater versus Hawkins happened, and Slater won. And we didn't even get to see it because it cut back to the whole ambulance scene when Slater won the match. So, all right. Oh, thanks again for not using Finn Balor, guys, because we really don't want to see him on pay-per-view. But, yeah, they got Strowman out, and he was, like, cutting his arm, cutting the side of his face. Oh, it did not look good. It was really uncomfortable. And he just, like, he walked it off eventually. He just limped away. So, is this supposed to be a face turn? If it is, I've got nothing against it. I cheered for Strowman before he was even big. When he split apart from the family last year after the draft and was just beating jobbers every week, I cheered him because I knew they had some plans with him. And he got better, and now he's beloved by the smart people of the fans in WWE, and I got no hate. No hate. And then the main event. Then we finally got to see it. And went a little overtime in the show. It was definitely after 11 when the match ended. Was it 7 something, I think? It wasn't a short match, which was good, but I knew it wasn't going to be longer than 10 minutes. So Samoa Joe cheap-shotted Lesnar again, which I'm really surprised about because I was expecting the opposite. I can't believe Lesnar fell for it again, storyline-wise. Really funny. Joe Uranagi Lesnar through a table, comes back in, and then it just got boring. It got what I expected it to be. It's either going to be Brock Lesnar suplexing Joe, or it's going to be Joe trying to put in the clutch. Joe did hit another Uranagi in the ring and get like a 2 count, but I wasn't a big fan of that match. It wasn't bad, but it did not feel at all as special as I thought it was going to be. And in the end, after Joe puts on the Coquina clutch for like a 3rd or 4th time, Lesnar just picks him up and F5s him, and that was it. It only took one. It only took one F5. So it took one to beat Goldberg. I'm not going to complain that it took one to beat Joe, but it didn't feel too great. But anyway, it's over. It's in the books. Brock Lesnar's still the Universal Champion. No title changes at this show. It's what I was expecting anyway, so no complaints. Otherwise, I quite enjoyed my predictions for this one. I didn't do that bad. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in around 2 weeks for my predictions for WWE Battleground, where my boy, and hopefully yours, Jinder Mahal, defends the WWE Championship in a Punjabi prison match, which will maybe be the best Punjabi prison match ever, because it's not going to involve big guys. Yeah. Anyway, Great Balls of Fire. It was okay. Thanks all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you thought the pay-per-view went and what you are expecting to see in the future, either with Raw, SummerSlam coming up, or Battleground. I will see you next time. Keep it real.